Hi guys, what's up YouTube? My name still remains Erico City, right? Man, today's video is to update you guys on how my trading week went. Like my 5K profit challenge is finally back, but it wasn't what myself expected, especially going back to trade on a demo account for 2 weeks to evaluate things, to refine my strategy and come back brand new. And those 2 weeks they were profitable as a matter of fact, which I documented them here on YouTube. But it's just unfortunate that I came back with a whole new level of confidence, and here we are. A chaotic and disastrous week that I've ever had. At this point, I am ashamed of myself. To record this video, it's really hard. Like, imagine me coming out to tell you guys, this is how you do this is how you do that, this is how you do this is how you do that. But I don't even stick to the rules. I don't stick to my own plans. With the hope of me coming back to come and kill the market. Now the market is killing me. The account is almost gone. I am down to 0.5%. An NFP that just even NFP even made the matter worse. As if that account was destined to be blown. I see no reason why I am being subjective with my trading plan or even the rules, even as if I want to even recreate the rules. Like the market is trending up, look for buying opportunity. Literally everything that I traded this week was sell, and the market was buying. Now you guys ask me, what was I doing? How do I convince myself and convince you guys that the market, the trend is your friend, you should trade with the trend, this, that, and all of that? Then my own self, I don't even stick to the rules. At this point, I feel ashamed. But enough of the sorrow, enough of all this crying, enough of all this hating. Let me quickly show you guys trades that I took, why I took them, and later on in this video, I will pick out the mistakes I did, my lessons, and hopefully next week maybe magic will happen and I'll be able to, from that 0.5% to half, then bring it back to break even, then phase one, phase two, and so on and so forth. Let's see how it goes. So without further ado, let's check out the trades. Hi guys, so these are the trades that I took this week. So right here, this was on Monday. My first trade this week was a losing trade. So this was what I saw that made me executed for this sell. Right here, this is the gold chart and this is the 15 minutes. Right, so what happened was, after this impulsive move to the upside, everybody knows gold is trending upward, right? So here comes on Monday, then we had this divergence right here. We had this side and it goes back and it makes a new high, but it was diverging. And if I pull out my RSI, you can see right here, this was also diverging, right? So this gave me an indication that okay, the market wants to pull back at least to this very area then before it continue upward. So all I was waiting for was a change of structure. So if I remove this thing up the way, so right here, this was the low that led to this high. Then you can see how this very candle, how it took out this low and created a low. Even though it's a rejection, I also count it as a change of structure, right? So, and this was where my Fibonacci came in between from point A to point B, right here. And we had price pull back to this 50%, Fibonacci level. Now you can see that this negative 61.8, which is my overall TP level, aligns with this previous high. So now, since we had our change of structure, we had a pullback to 50%. This gave me an engulfing candlestick, bearish engulfing candlestick on the 30-minute time frame, and I was supposed to execute from here, but I missed out on that entry. I think the moment I resumed my trading session, the market was already dropping. So I said, okay, I'll wait. Once we take out this low and create a new low, upon the retest or pullback, I will enter and ride it all the way down to this place. So then price slightly went past this low, and you can see it right here. And it gives a little pullback. Then upon this rejection here, you can see this consecutive bearish candle right here. Then after the first, the second one, that was where I executed the trade. But price continued to show multiple weak rejection around this area, and while I was waiting to see how the market was going to turn out, if it's something I should still stay in or I should just close the trade and look for buying opportunity, I ran out of data, and my network self wasn't even responding. So it took like about almost 3 hours before I was able to subscribe. And by the time I was able to subscribe and check what was going on, I was already stopped out. You can see this bullish candle right here. So that was the candlestick that stopped me out, and that was it on Monday. So this was on Wednesday right here. On Tuesday, I knew price was going to buy right here. This buy right here, I knew price was going to buy, but and which in some kind of way people will say this was a double bottom, right? Rather, but to me it wasn't super clear, and I didn't mess with that to do. It bought super hard, and yeah, but I wouldn't consider that as a missed opportunity, because to me it wasn't super clear, and that's completely fine. Now right here, this was on Wednesday, so by the time I resumed, I noticed that price already tested here the first time, the second time, the third time, and the fourth time. So now I was like, okay, you know what, once we get a break of this level, remember this was the high that it created, so once we get a break of this level and also taking out this high to create a new high, it retests upon to back to this very area, I will buy. But for some weird reasons, I got carried. I think I went out to get something, so by the time I came back, I already missed out on this move. Price already came back to this zone. We tested it and it took off. So by the time I noticed price was somewhere around here, I couldn't join, and that was how I missed out on that beautiful move. So this was the trade I took today, right? Like at the time I am recording this video, it's Friday. Like after NFP, this is currently 247, and NFP was 130. You can obviously see the impulsive candle, but let me walk you guys through on what I saw that made me even went for the sell. Now you guys can remember how I said this impulsive move took out this high and this low. We had a change of structure here, then all I was expecting was a pullback. Now you can also remember how we had this pullback to 61.8 Fibonacci level yesterday. Then it gave me a change of structure. Upon entering for the sell, I got stopped out like 3 times. I mean the third one self made it an over trading. Highest I am supposed to execute a trade, I am supposed to trade in a day twice, but the third one, then you guys should blame me for over trading. Now this was Friday. I was expecting a pullback, and price obviously came back to this 61.8 Fibonacci level. Then I woke up during London session, which is not even my trading session, but yeah, that was intentional. And by the time I woke up, I noticed around here on the 1 hour time frame, we were having multiple weak rejection and also this bearish variation candlestick pattern. So that gave me the validity to do what? execute this trade. And if you check right here, you can see we barely had any drawdown. So price impulsively pulling into profit, and gradually we broke this trend line that was coming from down, down, down. And you can see that we had multiple touches from the past, then it broke, then it came back to retest here. You can also notice that we had a weak rejection right there. So but when NFP dropped, you can obviously see that the guy shot me all the way to the moon. And the most painful part of this now is not that the fact, it's not as if I lost this trade, because all my attempts trying to sell while the market is buying, you guys might look me as crazy, but the fact now that after all of this I got stopped out more than times 2 of my risk right here. So to conclude everything, it was a disastrous week for me. So this is my 5% dashboard, and obviously right here you can see a profit target. So I am meant to make profit target of $400, or obviously $425 in negative. So this is the stop loss level, which means that's 4,500. So meaning I have just 0.5% to go. Yeah, didn't lose. Still the same profitable days too. I am yet to complete it 3, but at this point self, I'm not even looking at how many profitable days I'm going to have now. It's about coming out of drawdown. And from the graph right here, you can see that after this, the one win I got somewhere around here, that's been going downhill ever since. And right here, the trades I took. Okay, at the time I was recording, I had this was the one that NFP stopped out. So at the time I was recording this, I was still in that open position. You can see right here with the 0.05 lot. Nothing too much to talk about here. The most important thing is just this, what I am owning currently and what we have left. So what I have left now is just $25, which is equivalent to 0.5%. And once that is done, if I take one more shot and it is done, then you might as well consider this account blue. So hopefully something positive comes out as we go into the new week. I believe you guys have seen how my trading week went. So like I said earlier in this video, it was a chaotic one. It was a disastrous one. Not the type that I expected, especially going on 2 weeks break just to, re-strategize, refine my strategy and come back, with winning trades. But obviously it was a bad one. But I was able to highlight some of the mistakes that I committed in this trading week, which I will briefly list out here. I wouldn't be going too much into details on that. And the first one is me over trading. Now on Monday, I took one trade. It ended in loss, and that was it. So that's perfectly fine. That was perfectly fine. On Tuesday, on Wednesday, I missed out on a golden opportunity, but that was it on that. Then Thursday, at most, I was supposed to trade at least twice. But me executing the third time just simply because I felt or I thought I saw something that presented itself as confirmation for me to sell. I executed for the third time, and that is completely unacceptable. That was wrong. That was completely unacceptable. In that regard, I lost more than I was supposed to risk. And that leads me to the point number 2, which is me not predetermining my trade. And when I talk about this, I made my trading week So let's say if I check my total amount or total balance for the week, I am supposed to allocate some amount of money, like, okay, I will be trading 3 or 4 times in a week, and this is the amount I am willing to risk this week. Now, with that in mind, you divide it into, maybe if it's 3 times you'll be trading that week, or 4 times you're trading that week, and once you lose that amount, you are done for the week. But I failed to do that, and me over trading on Thursday led to me losing more than I was supposed to lose. The last one, which is the most significant one, is me trading against the trend. We all know this phrase, trade with the trend is your friend. So how can gold be trending upward? And I kept on looking for sales, not the first time, not the second time, even 3 times. So that was completely unacceptable. Obviously, I was punished dearly. I was punished dearly. Now I have just half percent left. Out of the 10% drawdown I was given, I've blown mine at half, and I have just half percent left. If God might have it, I'll be able to build that back up, and if the account is destined to be blown, then I will still come back here and make a video on that. Probably giving you guys what I have learned from trading this very account, and as well posting it out here for you guys. So I appreciate you guys for your time if you have watched this far, and I believe you guys were able to learn 1 or 2 things that you can incorporate into your own trading, learn from my own mistakes so that you don't repeat the same mistakes as well. And I also want to persuade you guys to like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I drop something new. And until next time, let's grind, let's go, let's fly, and let's elevate. Peace.